There has never been an easier time to legally migrate to Australia, a country which is regarded as one of the best places on earth to live. This is the best time to move to Australia. Australian government's proposed immigration change, which are coming into effect from the 25th of this month, is going to make it easier for migrants like yourself who want to migrate to Australia and get permanent residence. Now, from the 25th of this month, currently, anyone that moves to Australia under what is known as the 482 visa and other short-term visa would have limit on the numbers of times they can extend their visas. With the proposed changes, there is no limit in the numbers of times you can extend your visa. The proposed change will lead to permanent residence. You might ask yourself, why is Australia introducing this change? Australian government have realized that the country is not attractive when it comes to attracting skilled and talented workers to come and work. Australia is lacking behind their main competitors such as the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and other industrialized nations. If you are planning to go to Australia, you need to start getting your things ready because it is easier to go to Australia with the proposed change that is coming into effect. Basically, what it means is that if you find a job in Australia under the 482 visa, which is a temporary visa that allows you to come to Australia for 2 years, with this, you can only extend this visa for twice, and you would have had to leave Australia to go and extend it and come back. With this proposed change, you will be able to extend your visa for as long as it like, and this visa would lead to a pathway to permanent resident. I'm going to show you a comment from Australian Post, one of the leading newspaper in Australia, so that you can see what the government is proposing, and we will break it down how this proposed change will affect you and your family. If you are seeing my face for the first time, my name is Francis. I do videos to help people like you legally migrate abroad without needing to spend money on lawyers or agents. If your dream this year is to legally migrate abroad, Launch Club Media will guide you and work you in that journey until you achieve your migration dream. It is in your best interest to consider subscribing to Launch Club Media. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We want to help as many people as possible to fulfill their migration dream without needing to spend money on lawyers or agents. So make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms and consider subscribing, because we want to help people like you to migrate without you needing to spend money on lawyers and agents. So I'm going to show you now what the Australian government said. I did a video recently on how to find jobs in Australia. If you haven't seen that video, go and see it. At the end of this video, I will just quickly show you briefly how you can use the strategies that I suggested in my last video to find a job under 482 and other visas that you can use to go to Australia. Now you don't need to worry. Even though the job is a short-term option to go to Australia, you now know that with this proposed change, it will lead to permanent resident. You and your children would have stability. Your children will be able to access world-class healthcare and education in one of the most advanced nations in the world. So let me show you now. If you're seeing value for this video, consider subscribing to Launch Club Media and follow us on all our social medias platform. We want to help as many people as possible fulfill their migration dream without needing to spend money on agent or lawyer. When the new proposed changes come into effect on the 25th of this month, we will give you a step-by-step breakdown of how it will affect you and how you and your family can maximize it and strategically find a job in Australia to move there and kickstart your migration journey. So let me show you now. So I'm going to show you a statement from the Australian Post, one of the leading newspapers in Australia. It says here, permanent resident 482 TSS visa. The Department of Home Affairs has revealed that employer-sponsored permanent resident PR pathway for subclass 482 temporary skills shortage TSS visa holder will change from the 25th of November 2023, subject to approval of regulational change. Which visas will be impacted? What will be changing? Changes to the subclass 482 TSS visa will apply to new applicants lodged on or after the 25th of November 2023. Changes to the temporary resident transition TRT streams nomination requirement will apply to new subclass 186 employers nominated stream and subclass 187 regional sponsored migration stream. Nominated applicant from 25th of November. Subclass 18EN and 87 applications that are yet to be finalized determined at November 22. Here is the summary of the changes. Changes to the subclass 482 TAS visa program. Removal of, this is significant, I want you to listen to this. Removal of limits on the number of short-term stream 482 TSS visa applications that visa holder can make in Australia. Applicants can lodge 10 or more short-term stream TSS visa from offshore from the 25th of November. Short-term stream 48 TSS visa holder who have visa expiring before the changes on the 25th of November will need to travel outside. Changes to nominated requirement. Employers will be able to nominate all subclass 482 TSS visa stream holder for PR pathway. These include those on the shortage stream and under a labor agreement. A worker nominated occupation will no longer need to be a skilled migration occupation list in order to apply for permanent resident through the subclass 186 or 187. However, occupation will need to be on the listed on the Australian and New Zealand Standard Classification Board. The nominated worker will also need to continue work in the occupation nominated for TASS. What does this mean for you? What this basically means that Australia has removed one of the hurdles that migrants on short-term visa, such as 482, which allows an immigrant to move to Australia for 2 years to take up a job, and at the end of that 2 years, they would have moved out of Australia to reapply. And they can only reapply for this visa to be extended twice. With these changes, there is unlimited extension, and this will now lead you to permanent resident in Australia. Hear it again. The short-term visa in Australia can be extended for unlimited time, and it now leads you to permanent resident. Why is Australia introducing this? The only reason is the severe labor shortage that the country is experiencing. Australia is competing with the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, another industrialized country. They want to make their immigration system attractive for you and your family to move to Australia. So this is good news. This is quite significant. We will follow this news as it breaks again on the 25th of November. We will give you a breakdown of how this can affect you. And if you leave comment on the comment section, we will respond. Australia is now making the country attractive for foreigners to come and fill job vacancy. So make sure you consider following Launch Club. Follow us on all our social media platforms. We want to help as many people as possible with this significant change that is coming out of Australia. We are the first people that will give you a breakdown of how this would affect you and your family. Remember, our mission is to help you fulfill your migration dream without you needing to spend money on agents. So if you're planning to move to Australia now, this is the best time for you to start looking for jobs in Australia. Even though it's a short-term job, now you know that it will lead you to permanent resident. Let me show you one of the shortest ways to look for Australia in case you don't know. So one of the shortest way to look for Australia is just say sponsorship jobs 482 jobs in Australia. Right? This is one of the easiest way to look for visa sponsorship job in Australia. This site is one of the easiest place to look for visa sponsorship job in Australia. This site, you can use this site, or you can use, this is one of the best sites. You can use this site. As you can see here, it says here, I've just done a quick search. It's saying here, this is a visa sponsorship job under 482 visa sponsorship job. So assuming you move to Australia under this job now as a chef, yeah, initially you would have had to stay for 2 years, and after 2 years you extend it for only twice. But with these new changes that they've just introduced in Australia, this short-term visa, which would have allowed you to go to Australia for 2 years and extend it for only twice, this will now lead you to permanent resident. This is how you look for visa sponsorship jobs in Australia. Okay, I've just shown you now. One of the biggest sites to look for job in Australia. Make sure you use this site, and as I've just shown you that. Let me show you another one, okay? Again, like this, you can still use this site. Again, as you can see, this is another visa sponsorship job in Australia, okay? This is a visa sponsorship job in New Perth. As you can see here, this is a nursing job, okay? This is a nursing job in Australia. This again leads you to visa sponsorship jobs in Australia, okay? So that is the easiest way. This video is about the latest development in Australia's policy. I don't want it to be very long, but I'm just giving you a bonus point by showing you the quickest way to look for a job in Australia so that you can start looking for a job. If you look for a visa sponsorship job under 482, it's a short-term visa that allows you to go to Australia for 2 years. But with these new changes that the government is making from the 25th of this month, you will be able to use this pathway to go to Australia, and it will lead you to permanent resident. Make sure you follow Launch Club for all the updates. We want to help as many of our people to legally migrate to abroad without them needing to spend money on agent. Australia is another place you should look out for. Make sure you consider sharing this video to anyone that you know is planning to move to Australia, and tell them to follow Launch Club for the latest update. Thank you so much. May God bless you, and may God let your dream come true. Thank you.